you need to learn something, that we have the power. We are actually in control of the health of our teeth. Whiter, not sensitive, not brittle. They won't decay. They won't get weak and worn. The enamel won't thin. The gum won't deteriorate, and you won't lose your teeth. It's really simple. Take the habits I'm going to teach you now and start doing them straight away. Well, I'm Dr. Ellie, and I'm going to talk in this video about how you can stop your teeth from aging. Looking around at skeletons from thousands of years ago, they have found skeletons, skulls, and the teeth in many of these skeletons that have been there for thousands of years in some cases, the teeth are in pretty good condition. The problem today is we have an outrageous amount of damage to teeth in our modern society. You can look at statistics, for American oral health and see that the average number of adult teeth with damage, fillings, cavities, whether they're filled or not filled, for an average person in middle years of life is to have 12 teeth repaired by some kind of filling or whatever was used. 12 teeth damaged in that time. And the thing is that it takes years for a cavity to really form, for a cavity to damage a tooth under normal conditions. So that means we're doing really harmful things to our teeth. And then if you look at the statistics of when do teeth start to fall out, you may be even more shocked to find that the age at which, if you do a Google search, teeth begin to fall out around the age of 40. By the age of 65, you'll find almost a quarter of the population that's 65 and older have no teeth. Zero. They are edentulous. They have zero teeth left in their mouths. Why is this? And the question I want to ask today is, do teeth age? Is it something you just say, well, my family has really fast aging teeth? And if you look around your family and your grandparents don't have any teeth and your parents have pretty messed up teeth, you need to learn something, that we have the power. We are actually in control of the health of our teeth. Now, if you go around and ask people, do you believe teeth age? I would say the majority of the answers you get will be that, yes, teeth age. People think and expect that teeth are going to get worse as they get older. If you do a Google search, you'll find out that the list of things that happen to your teeth as you're getting older is they will turn yellow and dull in color. They'll become sensitive and brittle. Parts of them will fracture off. They'll be much more prone to decay. They'll be weak and worn. The enamel will thin. The gum will deteriorate. Teeth will be lost. How can that be? And how can it be that for some people that doesn't happen? And I am absolutely convinced, after teaching people for over 40 years, that you have total control over the aging of your teeth. That automatically, because there's this constant damage in your mouth, just taking you down this road. If you decide you don't want to go down that road, it's easy if you're still at the top. If you're just getting your permanent teeth, you're 7 years old or 8 years old and your new teeth are coming through, you can do so easily the things that you need to do. It's really simple to take the habits I'm going to teach you now and start doing them straight away. And those new adult teeth will stay beautiful, strong, healthy, whiter, not sensitive, not brittle. They won't decay. They won't get weak and worn. The enamel won't thin. The gum won't deteriorate, and you won't lose your teeth. Well, nature provides our mouth with this amazing flow of what we call spit, but which is actually saliva. When you eat and drink, there are various things as you chew that stimulate a flow of saliva into your mouth. And this liquid is designed to make your food moist so that you can swallow it more easily. It's really helpful for us to talk. It makes your mouth feel comfortable. But most of all, The really amazing thing about saliva is it is designed to be laden with minerals that come into our mouth actually from the foods we eat. It takes about a half an hour for foods that you have eaten to reach your digestive tract, where minerals will become absorbed into the body from your digestive tube. And these minerals will go into your body, into your bloodstream, and they will circulate around your body. And these salivary glands are nested. They're like little birds' nests inside a whole nest of capillaries. These are the little tiny vessels that bring blood right up there to the salivary glands. So you have a salivary gland inside this kind of nest of blood vessels, and there is an exchange of these minerals that go into your saliva, into the spit in your mouth. And so within half an hour to an hour of eating, your mouth will be packed with the minerals that you just absorbed, hopefully from the very healthy food you just ate. And these minerals are coming into your saliva in a liquid form that is called supersaturated. It means that this liquid of saliva is carrying more minerals than it really can. Kind of like one of those people you see on the plane with a couple of backpacks and all this stuff in it. It's too heavy for them. And this is what I see, the picture of saliva coming into the mouth after a very healthy meal. It's just laden with these minerals. Dying to drop them down somewhere. The somewhere are your teeth. Now, if you use the products that I recommend for your complete mouth care every morning and every night, these products actually prepare your teeth, the surfaces of your teeth, to absorb these minerals more quickly. That's how the use of dilute sodium fluoride works. It speeds this transition of minerals across the barrier and into the enamel of the tooth surface. And the xylitol actually works to get the minerals even deeper into the tooth surface, but that's another story. Just to tell you that the products I recommend are very specifically designed to help you in this process of mineralization, putting the minerals back into your teeth after you've finished eating and drinking. Now that takes some discipline, because most of us, we have lunch or we have breakfast, nice cup of coffee, refill the coffee, sit at our desk, continue to sit and sip. Maybe you have a water bottle there. What does the water bottle do? You say, well, the water doesn't hurt your teeth. Yes, well, it does, because it's thinning this liquid that should be supersaturated. If you keep sipping on it, you will keep thinning your saliva so that it cannot remineralize your teeth as it wants to. So my suggestion is you eat and drink in these little sessions. It doesn't really matter how many you have a day. You allow your teeth to be somewhat damaged. Doesn't matter. And that's the time to eat. If you love something sweet and delicious, people will tell you, I love desserts and I will eat them. But then at the end of the meal, you need to finish with a tooth protective food, something that is not going to harm your teeth. And there are videos about tooth protective foods that I have done. Or you can just have a couple of xylitol mints or a little pinch of xylitol if you're using granular. Put it in your mouth and just let it go. Don't try and keep it in your mouth or swish it around or do anything, because what that xylitol is doing is it is calling, it is stimulating. It has a hygroscopic pull. It's a very unique property of xylitol. And that hygroscopic pull stimulates this after meal flow of liquid into your mouth. And the thing is, your body is aware, wow, we've just been called to come into the mouth, and they know that's an emergency, so let's send extra minerals. That's how you get your saliva to be even more mineralized, even more likely to drop these minerals right onto the surface of the teeth. Using xylitol at the end of a meal is incredible for stimulating a flow of saliva. It'll occur and it'll work even if you have Sjogren's or one of these autoimmune problems, or you've had radiation where your salivary glands have been damaged. Xylitol's pull is so clever because it will actually use the tiny glands that you will be able to use in place of the ones you may have lost. So just because you have Sjogren's or because you were told you have dry mouth doesn't mean you can't still do this same technique. And the more you leave your mouth alone after you've had the xylitol for an hour at least, the more your body will get used to this routine and this pattern. And if you have dry mouth, you will notice that your mouth starts to feel less dry. It's an incredible thing. And if you can last a little longer, I know an hour for some people, they're already throwing their hands in horror. But if you can wait 60 to 90 minutes after a meal, and what happens is the xylitol starts to feed the good bacteria in your mouth. Xylitol is a prebiotic. It is designed to nurture and grow the good bacteria in your mouth. And some of these bacteria live on the back of your tongue. And if you've had a really healthy meal with salad, vegetables, celery is particularly good, beets, these are foods that can contain a lot of nitrates. And just like I told you about the minerals coming into your saliva through the blood that surrounds the nests, the salivary glands, so also these nitrates end up in your mouth and are processed by these really healthy bacteria, the denitrifying bacteria they're called, and they're on the back surface of your tongue. And what's wild about these bacteria is they make a product. They actually they break down the nitrates into something else that changes again. The end product is nitric oxide. And if you're learning about nitric oxide, it's the most amazing gas that the body can absorb quickly. And it helps actually make the vessels around your heart and breathing and brain relax. And when these blood vessels, the actual muscle around the heart and around your lungs and in your brain, when it relaxes, there's more blood flow. And that helps your breathing, your heart pumping, and your cognition, the way you think. You feel more alert. So not eating or drinking for 90 minutes, because that doesn't occur, that reaction with the bacteria takes longer than an hour. And that is your motivation to go for an hour and a half. I don't know what happens if you go longer, but certainly try. Begin with an hour and then see if you could possibly last without sipping, snacking, and eating for an hour and a half and just see how you feel. You may feel energized. You may feel, you could breathe better. And don't keep having xylitol along the way. Don't have anything. It's called mouth resting. And you rest your mouth for that time. And just like your muscles, when you go to the gym, if you keep going to the gym and you never ever eat or rest, if you are just every day this crazy person, and there's somebody at my gym who looks like it, they look worn out, they look wizened, their muscles look like they're disappearing, which they probably are, because they never rest. This person is addicted to exercise. And if you are always eating, always snacking, it's the same thing. You're not giving your teeth time to recover. And the body has this balance. It's just the same with the guy in the gym. If he would just stop and rest and eat well, his muscles would grow. But because he's always breaking them down, he doesn't look healthy. He isn't healthy. He doesn't grow his muscles. And this is exactly the same process with our teeth. It's absolutely essential. You can eat and drink. You can feel quite confident not to worry too much about, I don't get into people's diets. If you now want to eat a candy or two, that's up to you. But end the meal, end it with xylitol, and then don't eat or drink for 90 minutes. So that's my advice for you. If you don't want your teeth to age, the sooner you start looking after your teeth in this way, the more beautiful they will be for the whole of your life. I believe that my system of care has proven itself for my mother, who at age 45 was told to have all her teeth taken out. And she retained those same teeth till she was 95, using the system and strategies that I teach. I stopped having cleanings over 40 years ago, and I keep testing my mouth, and no, these are not implants or dentures, as lots of people have tried to point out in videos. These are my own teeth, and they are doing very well, thank you, so far. I think the sooner you start, the better, and if we can get children to understand how simple it is to look after your teeth, then people will get used to the idea like they do in certain countries. For example, in Denmark, they have used xylitol and strategies like this for over 60 years. Same in Finland. And the population in Denmark has 1/4 of a cavity per person. They have the healthiest teeth in the world. So if you'd like more information, I have a website, drellie.com, and there you will find more information. You will find the products that I recommend, links to those, and also an oral health video boot camp, which many people have found really helpful.